Chapter 33. Next target. For a brief moment, Quinn had forgotten about a world with abilities. A world where people didn't try to get up on one another, just for the sake of what? Pride. He looked down and could see the two blades stuck in his stomach, blood dripping off the blade. Faye had let go of the blades and took a step back, with his mouth wide open, acting like everything that had happened was an accident. But Quinn wasn't buying it, and he had a good idea what had just happened. As he looked around, he managed to catch a smile on Brandon's face. Quinn then grabbed the hilt half of the two blades and using his strength snapped the ends off. With the other half of the blade still in his stomach, he started to walk towards Faye. "So you want to play games then?" Quinn said. "Then let's play some games. You've taken some of my blood, so it's only right that I take some of yours." As Faye heard these words, he couldn't help but move back away from Quinn. Something was different, the look in his eyes. "Why is my body shaking? He's only a level 1 user, calm down." Then when Quinn was only a few feet away, he swung his clawed hand out. Blood SWI, but before Quinn could finish casting his skill, his hand was knocked away by a blade. "Enough, stop now," Leo said as he pointed his blade towards Quinn. "Two wrongs do not make a right. And you two don't think your plan didn't go unnoticed. I will not have students who can't follow the rules in my class. You can leave your weapons here and you are banned from any more combat classes in the weapon hall." Just then, two military men had appeared out of nowhere standing by Quinn's side. "Take him to the doctor's office and make sure he gets treated," Leo said. "Wait," Layla shouted, "maybe I should go with him, make sure he is okay. He's a strong boy, worry not young lady, he can take care of himself." Although Layla was worried about Quinn being hurt, that wasn't her main concern. It looked like from the wounds on Quinn's body that he had lost a lot of blood. Even if vampires could heal at supernatural speeds, that energy had to come from somewhere and would soon need to be replaced. After grabbing Quinn by both of his arms, after a few seconds, Quinn was transported just outside the doctor's office. "Please get some rest once you have healed up," one of the men said before teleporting away once again. What a handy ability to have. After checking the men had disappeared, Quinn decided to head to the closest bathroom on the same floor. Nearly all the students were in combat classes at the moment, so the halls were empty. The reason why Quinn had decided to head to the bathroom rather than to the doctor's office was because he could already feel his body was healing up. His status screen also confirmed that fact. 12 out of 20 HP. Just like before, as soon as Quinn was out of combat, his body was starting to heal at an incredibly fast rate. Quinn looked down and it looked like his body had healed most of the wounds. However, it wasn't able to heal the area where the blades were stuck. "This is going to hurt." Luckily Quinn still had his gauntlets on, so he didn't have to grab the blades with his bare hands. 1, 2, 3 inches. He then pulled the blades out as fast he could in one action. The pain was quick and sharp, and he did everything he could to hold in his screams. Finally, the wounds around his stomach were slowly starting to heal until suddenly he received some new messages. "Your hunger grows. Your hunger grows. 15 out of 20 HP. You will no longer heal. Your HP will continue to decrease by -1 HP until human blood has been consumed." Quinn looked at the message and was trying to figure out what had happened. When Quinn did his tests, he found out that his body would need to consume blood once every 2 days. But this message had come up even though Quinn had only consumed Layla's blood this morning, it hadn't reached the time limit yet. Then Quinn thought back to how the blood was able to heal his health. If it worked the same way, then that meant his body was using blood as energy to heal himself. Once this energy had run out inside his body, then he would no longer be able to heal and he would once again have to consume blood. Quinn felt a hunger in his stomach and started to look at himself in the mirror. His clothes were all bloody and he was in slight pain, but he still cracked a smile. That's when Quinn also noticed that his top 2 teeth had grown slightly. It was different to last time when he had panicked. This time, he felt calm. He was used to taking blood and he already knew who his next targets were going to be tonight. The hunger pangs were bearable this time, perhaps because Quinn wasn't in a critical condition. After heading back to his dorm room, Quinn threw his bloody clothes on the floor and changed his clothes out with a different uniform. While Quinn was busy getting changed, he heard the sound of 2 students talking as they walked down the corridor. "Why did I get kicked out as well? You were the only one who used an ability," Faye complained. "Hey, you were fine with the plan when I told you about it earlier. Why are you getting so annoyed about it now?" Brandon said. "You were the one who dragged me into it all because you lost to a level 1, embarrassing." Faye chuckled. Just then, Brandon slammed Faye up against the corridor wall and held him by his collar. "Do I need to remind you that I'm a higher level than you, Faye, or do we have to fight so you can learn your place?" Faye said nothing until Brandon eventually let go of his collar. That's when Faye decided to walk off in the opposite direction away from the dorm rooms. "I thought we were friends, Brandon, not just some lackey you control cause I'm a lower level than you." Then as Brandon entered his dorm room, he slammed the door behind him. "Oh, a lover's quarrel, huh? Excellent," Quinn said, as he grabbed his back and headed out to follow Faye. The combat classes had finished and the sun was starting to set. With that, a rush of students was now heading back to their dorm rooms, and that included Peter and Vorden. As the 2 of them entered the room, Vorden's eyes widened as he spotted something. "What the? Is that Quinn's clothes?" Peter said as he lifted them off the ground. "They're covered in blood. Did he get hurt during training?" Vorden's whole body was shaking as he saw the blood. What happened to him? Vorden thought. Did the second years target him too, or did something happen in training? "I told you we should have kept an eye on him. We should have killed those second years when we had the chance." "Stop it," Vorden said out loud. "Huh, Vorden, are you okay?" Peter asked. But without saying anything else, Vorden opened the door to search for Quinn, but as he did, Layla was stood there with her hand by the door as if she was just about to knock. "Oh, is Quinn here?" Layla said, but in the next second Vorden grabbed Layla by the hand, dragging her in and slammed the door behind her. Vorden then immediately pushed Layla up by the door and pressed his forearm against her neck. "Tell me what happened to Quinn now. ****.